This video is sponsored by Paradox Interactive. Hey everybody, it's PartyElite, and today we're checking out the upcoming Primal Fury DLC for Age of Wonders 4. If you want more information on this DLC or you want to pick it up for yourself, check out the link in the description and pinned comment below, as there's quite a lot coming with this DLC that I won't be getting to today. The focus of this video, in fact, is to show the early stages of the DLC with two specific elements that it brings to the table. One of the new forms, and one of the two new tomes. I figured the best way to showcase these would be by kicking off a new game. Now, there's actually another new element to showcase, and that's a brand new realm preset, Storm-Wreathed Isles. A lot of the realm features here are going to be familiar, but there are two that are uniquely available through the Primal Fury DLC. So let's take a look over here. So first we have islands. That means that each empire has its own landmass and they're separated by massive oceans. Then we've got peaceful lands, which means Fey, plant, and animal units are common. Overgrown realm, meaning forest province features are common. Desert and Arctic provinces are rare, desolate provinces are entirely absent. And then we have low population, meaning free cities are rare. So these are the ones that are familiar, but there are two, as I mentioned earlier, that are uniquely available with the Primal Fury DLC. The first of those two is Primal Dispute. This realm is the stage of a violent dispute between the Godirs Sabrina and Nimue, whose primal followers fight a bloody conflict. So these two primal Godirs start with powerful nature skills, and of course they start at war, and then we have hostile seas. Sea storms are a permanent feature of this world's seas, making them exceptionally dangerous. Ocean provinces are affected by sea storms, combat in these provinces is affected by sea storm, and units in these provinces suffer hostile seas. These are extremely dangerous. Sea storm means that all units gain wet for 3 turns. It also means up to 3 random units sustain 10 lightning damage. And there's a 90% chance of suffering electrified for 3 turns too. That's a lot, but that's not all. Hostile seas means that units in the province cannot regenerate. They also suffer -6 hit points each turn and reduced vision ranges. Sure, they get the benefit of universal camouflage, but the cons heavily outweigh the pros here, and just as a reminder, islands is a realm trait, meaning there's going to be plenty of hostile seas out there. I absolutely love that combination. I think it's going to wreak so much havoc, and I can't wait to dive into it. So, Stormwreath is the name of this particular version of this preset, quite like the name. Let's go ahead and dive on in and take a look at our brand new faction. So I've already built these guys out, but I'm going to obviously break them down and explain their various moving parts. But say hello to Alfarius Grey Wolf of the Alpha Legion. Yes, there's a bit of a nod to 40k there, and yes, there's also a bit of a nod to the concept of the alpha male. Heads up, I am very well aware that the alpha male is not actually a thing among wolves, and if you didn't know, then just a quick note, the whole alpha male thing among wolves, not a thing. That was a result of a study that was conducted on wolves that were held in captivity. But out in the wild, that concept simply does not exist. There's no such thing as an alpha male among wolves, heads up. If you want to read more about it, it's very interesting stuff. But yeah, just thought I'd clarify that despite knowing that, I thought it'd be fun to kind of lean into the whole alpha male thing. So yes, Alfarius Grey Wolf of the Alpha Legion, introduce yourself, I suppose. First things first, we're using here the Lupine form, which is one of the new forms that is being brought forth by this DLC. And by default, we start with Pack Tactics and Athletics. So Pack Tactics means we gain the Pack Hunter passive ability, which means we deal extra damage per friendly unit adjacent to the target. This one, I think, makes perfect sense, right? I think we got to stick with this one. It is very... well, it's very Lupine. The other one we start with by default is Athletics, and you know what? The more I look at it, the more I feel like changing it. So why don't we go ahead and get rid of Athletics and instead get us a mount. Now, here's the thing. There are elephant mounts, and there are mammoth mounts. And I'd be lying to you if I wasn't tremendously tempted to pick one of these. Even now, as I'm telling myself that I'm going to go with a white wolf mount because, you know, wolves, and it kind of makes sense, and that's kind of cool. Even as I'm saying that out loud, I'm thinking, mammoth mounts are so cool, though. Man, you know what? How can I say no? Let's go with the mammoth mount, right? Because wolves hunt, so this is a mammoth that got hunted. Look, there's logic. There's logic out there somewhere. Mammoth mounts. rule of cool here, baby. Let's go. Mammoth Mounts. Let's go for it. So plus 10 hit points, plus 4 frost resistance, gain the Juggernaut ability, additional units become cavalry, and the ruler starts with a Mammoth Mount. Yeah, okay, that's one way to become alpha, right? All right, let's go with that. In terms of our culture, we're obviously going to pick the new one that Primal Fury gives us, and that is the Primal Culture. A people who worship powerful animal spirits and channel their fury during battle. They receive blessings by altering their environment. So these guys have this whole mechanic about favored terrain. And basically, when you choose the Primal Culture, you choose your Primal Culture's primal animal, and based on that animal, a different terrain becomes your favorite terrain, and on that favorite terrain you get certain benefits. For example, your primal animal gains frenzy, you get extra income from these provinces, so on and so forth. So there's sort of a impetus, I guess, to chase after certain types of terrain, or to at least modify provinces into that kind of terrain. Either way, we're going to go with the Primal Culture. And in terms of our primal animal, I think the Sylvan Wolf is the obvious pick here. I mean, there is a mammoth option, but that makes less sense in terms of, what animal we worship. I think Sylvan Wolf makes the most sense. As you can see, each one has its own favored terrain. For the Sylvan Wolf, it is a forest, and it gives us +3 draft. For the Tunneling Spider, we've got, the Mushroom Forest as the favorite terrain. We're able to build farms on cavern terrain. So each one has its own benefits, and I'll hover over each one so that you have a chance to kind of take a look and, maybe grab some screenshots or pause and study each tooltip. But these are pretty interesting. I mean, they're quite varied, and they will fundamentally change each run playing as a Primal Culture. But we'll go with the Sylvan Wolf, which means we start in the forest. Forest provinces are our favorite terrain, which works out nicely for us because forests are plentiful in this realm. We get +3 draft. Excellent. We get access to the Primal Wolf summon, giving us the Primal Wolf with the melee strike ability. And units also have Forest Walk and Sylvan Wolf's Boon. Unit is blessed by the Sylvan Wolf. It gains a Rising Fury stack when attacking. At 5 stacks, this unit gains 5 stacks of Fury of the Sylvan Wolf, which then gives it +3 spirit damage and +2 spirit damage per friendly unit adjacent to the target. So the benefits stack on top of our pack hunting abilities or trait, I suppose. Beyond that, each attack removes a stack, of course, of Fury of the Sylvan Wolf as well. You can also see, by the way, that each one is affiliated with a different affinity. And the Sylvan Wolf is with the Order affinity over here. So let's go ahead and move forward with that. We're going to be Imperialists and Ancient Wise Ones. We're focused on the glory of our empire and the development of our cities. The Throne City and cities that share a border with the Throne City gain extra stability and extra gold income. That kind of worked for me in the sense of, the Alpha City, as it were, supporting all the cities around it. Focused on the glory of our empire, that feels very, alpha. I don't know, man. And Ancient Wise Ones, I just kind of like the idea of these wizened wolves. We've been around since the start of history, honing our minds in the pursuit of arcane knowledge. But yeah, that makes our society. Then we have our tome. I've gone with the Tome of Beasts over here. The new tome I'll be showing you is actually a tier 2 tome, and that'll be fun when we get to it, but for the time being, the Tome of Beasts, I think, makes the most sense for us as, the beasts that we are, I suppose. Mark as Prey, Animal Kinship, Summon Wild Animal, Wild Speaker, and Call of the Wild. So that'll be a good time. Not too much to talk about there. And of course, we are led by our champion, Alfarius Grey Wolf. Now, there are quite a few options actually in terms of how you modify their look. I mean, there's some pretty fun stuff actually. I really quite like the helmet options as well. There's some really cool options that have come with the DLC. The cape as well. You can see I've got a wolf pelt. What's more alpha than wearing the skin of your enemy over your shoulder, right? So there's some really cool options. And actually the weapon over here we're going to go with is the Staff of the Sylvan Wolf. I really like how that looks. Wish I could zoom out a bit further, but it looks so cool. I mean, you can see it back there as well. It feels so fitting for our people, right? So that's what we're going to go with. And you'll note that our race actually is all brown wolves, except for Alfarius, who is... the Grey Wolf, hence the name. Everything's got a backstory here. But with that set,
begins.
glory to Rex Alfarius Greywolf, champion of our kind. Yes, Rex, not just because it means king in Latin, but also because it's a common dog's name. I'm absolutely doubling down on this stuff. He will bring a new age of prosperity to the Alpha Legion of Stone Den. Wolf-like beings who communicate through barks and howls. They surround and overrun their enemies. They have tamed the furry mammoths from the tundra. They worship powerful animal spirits and aim to shape the realms in their honor. They are known imperialists, proud of their people and their developed culture. They harbor knowledge dating back to the beginning of time. Let's begin, shall we? Again, Tome of Beast is our tome of choice. We are Lupine, Primal with the Sylvan Wolf, Imperialists, Ancient Wise Ones with Pack Tactics, and Mammoth Mounts. For those of you that decided to skip our faction creation, there's our quick summary there. And let's take a look at what we start with here. Mark Prey, Ancestral Harmony, and Call of the Wild. So Ancestral Harmony is worth looking at over here. It is a healing spell given to us by our Primal Culture. It means the target-friendly unit heals 15 temporary hit points, and if Fury of the Sylvan Wolf is active, it heals twice the amount. Good stuff to start with. Let's go ahead and check out our surroundings. Now, our starting position is actually quite fantastic, especially when you consider the fact that our faction gets +3 draft for every annexed forest province. Not only do we begin in a forest province, but to our north are 3 extremely lucrative additional forest provinces. This one's got an iron deposit, this one's got pastures, and this one has a gold vein. To our immediate west, we have an additional forest province, and further along over here, even though I can't select the province, this hex is a forest, which is evidence enough, I think, of this province being a forest province too. Further down south, we can see additional trees and forests, including this province over here that I can actually select and confirm to be a forest province. But between Stone Den and these southern woodlands lies this buffer zone of snow and grasslands. The snow is probably where we picked up our woolly mammoths, but I'm not too concerned about these thanks to this wonderful Sylvan Wolf Den. This is a resource node which, when annexed, will give the annexing city +15 stability, and it'll also allow that city to establish a Sylvan Wolf Temple. This means that any annexed provinces that have the Sylvan Wolf Den will grant +5 mana, and they'll also start altering terrain to forest at 1 province per turn, with that extending to a radius equal to the city tier. That is absolutely huge, and it means that all these grasslands and snow will be covered in trees in just a matter of time. So very excited to expand down in this direction, but of course also very excited to expand into these woods up north. So lots of choices here, but before we get into all that, we should consider as well the fact that there is access to the underground right here, which is both good and bad. It's good because it allows us to, perhaps expand, well, at a completely different layer, not perhaps, it literally allows us to do that, but it also means that any enemy has very easy access to our throne city because the underground passage is right there, so that's a bit of a concern. Otherwise, we have this mana stash and a couple of enemy armies that will allow us to gain mana and XP, respectively. With that said, why don't we go ahead and take a look at our units very quickly just to see what we're working with here. Of course, Alfarius Greywolf we're already somewhat familiar with. He's got his Spirit Blast, his Quick Stab. He can restore, he can summon Primal Wolf as long as he has at least 1 stack of Fury of the Sylvan Wolf. His defense mode provides warding. He has Leadership Clash, which is very fitting. It means if there are additional heroes in his army, he suffers -10 morale and -20% experience gain. Again, perfectly fitting for our backstory and faction lore. I love it. Apart from that, though, he's got Pack Hunter, of course, and Sylvan Wolf's Boon. Those are because of how our faction was actually built. Next up, we have our Animist atop the glorious woolly mammoth. This is our support unit. I am so pleased that we decided to go with these mounts. This looks fantastic. The support unit here has Spirit Blast, Spiritual Healing, Summon Primal Wolf, Defense Mode of Warding, Juggernaut thanks to the Mammoth, Pack Hunter, and Sylvan Wolf's Boon. Then we have our Shield unit, the Protector, also atop a Mammoth. These guys have Melee Strike, Primal Renewal, Defense Mode of Shield Wall, Juggernaut, Pack Hunter, Shield Defense, and Sylvan Wolf's Boon. And finally, our only unit to begin with that's not atop a Mammoth is the Primal Darter, our ranged unit. They can shoot their blowgun. They have their disengaging shot, which allows them to deal damage to a target and then jump back 3 hexes, which, in my opinion, kind of makes them more of a skirmisher, but hey, it is what it is. They have a regular defense mode, Pack Hunter, and Sylvan Wolf's Boon. That's our primary army for the time being. We, of course, also have our Scout, the Spirit Tracker, also atop a Mammoth. They can shoot their bow, regular defense mode, Farsight, Juggernaut, Pack Hunter, and Sylvan Wolf's Boon. With all that said and done, let's take a look at Stone Den and, first of all, expand, because we start with a population of 2. I'm going to push north and establish a farm over here to get that plus 15 food between the farm and the pastures that are in this province. We, of course, also get plus 3 draft, thanks to this being our favored terrain of forest. And apart from that, let's figure out what we're building over here. Let's begin with a library, not only because it's not likely to get boosted anytime soon, but also because I'd like to get through the tomes as quickly as possible so that I can showcase that tier 2 tome that's been added with this DLC that I'm very excited to show off. It's got some interesting tools in its belt. And let's go ahead and secure ourselves an additional protector as well. And as soon as we gain access to the clan lodge, we'll have access to the animist and the primal charger. Looking forward to those guys joining our ranks. Now, let's go ahead and send our scout scouting. And I guess we can keep nudging over this way. And up over here, we have a risky battle, actually. Interesting. So why don't we go ahead and push down this way, because I'm fairly convinced I know what that is. So we'll nudge down this way. We'll deal with this situation and secure ourselves, yes, a creature to grow our army. By the time we're circling back up this way, our additional unit will be recruited as well, and that risky battle should be a pretty safe one instead. Let's go ahead and set our arcane research and chase after the wild speaker. Poison Blast, Conjure Animal is very fitting. Unleash the Beast is as well, so sure. Opening turns are always super fast, right? Oh, what do we have here? Spirits of the Forest. You've led your Alpha Legion, ardent followers of the Sylvan Wolf, to a new realm when something catches your eye. Not far from Stone Den, a wondrous tree pulsates with invigorating energy. Its strangely familiar energy inspires you, even from afar. A faint howl on the wind calls you to it. Your eyes fixed on the tree, you discern a faint apparition of immense power. Could it be? Is that the ancestral spirit of your Alpha Legion, the Sylvan Wolf herself? Does the Sylvan Wolf, whom your people intimately call Oath Mother, truly grace this realm? You should visit the Sylvan Wolf Den presently. Oath Mother? Here? I will meet with her right away. Well, this is interesting. Looks like we're actually going to be pushed towards the Sylvan Wolf Den sooner rather than later over here. Can I send you in? No, that's going to be an impossible battle against a Primal Wolf. Very interesting. What about if I send you in? Is that going to be... okay, a safe battle. I mean, that makes sense. This is just a scout unit. So we'll do that shortly. Let's keep scouting with our scout. Okay, not too much to see over here. And over here, why don't we go ahead and dive into the battle. While I'll typically auto-resolve low-risk battles, it's the first fight of the campaign, so I think we should dive in, shall we? This also gives us an opportunity to actually see how these units behave and how we might need to adjust our typical tactics and strategies to, actually make them work well together. And they do need to work together. We're pack hunters, and I intend to embrace that kind of approach. And the enemy is going to take its sweet time getting towards us. I wonder how slowly I can approach, or if I should just kind of like dive in there. I feel like we'd be quite aggressive. We're alpha after all. We do not cower before the enemy. So sure, let's go ahead and push forward. But that's our first turn. Let's see what the AI gets up to. Enter defense mode, yes please. Probably going to take a lot of damage over here, but hopefully our shield wall and stuff will come in handy. Wasn't prepared for the poisoning, but here we are. And of course we're going to get hit over here. We'll need to pull back, I believe. Really? Alright, fair enough. Completely circumventing our front line. Not surprised. That's the right move. That's what I would do, of course, because of the unit's attack capabilities, or incapabilities, if you will. But we can actually pop shots 3 times down over here. That works to our advantage. 65% hit chance. 39 damage because of the additional support from units nearby. You know what? What's life without risks? Let's try it. Come on, baby. Of course we're going to graze. And again, 1 clean hit. Alright, fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. If you turn around and strike, we'll get the kill. Go for it. Come on. Come on, don't screw me here. Let's go. Come on. Nice. Beautiful. I'll take it. You can fire down over here. Unfortunately, Doesn't free these guys up or anything. They'll still take the retaliatory strike. Not the end of the world, though. Magic Blast over here, or do I quick stab? 18 damage. 18 damage. Alright, we're going to quick stab. I'll explain why. Because we'll eat the retaliation down over here, and then you guys can pull back a little bit. Here, sure. Turn around and fire. Good stuff. Cool, and I believe it's the enemy's turn now. We're all done. Yep, no need for any casting right now, I don't think. Crocs are going to move first. Going to eat a bit of damage over here. But again, it's Alfarius. He doesn't care. He's not scared. Going to eat some damage from up there. No, we're not. Well, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and flank and kill. Alfarius, they're distracting them so that we can get the kill in. Beautiful. And let's turn our attention up top over here now. You're there. Pop that shot. Got it blinded. Beauty. Move you up to here. Get that 100% hit chance. Fire away. These guys. Move you over to here. And we'll fire as soon as we can. Alright. Good stuff. Come on over, buddy. There we go. Low morale. It's going to get some melee attacks in. We're going to flank it. We're going to pop shots at it. This shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, get you in there first. Beauty. Alfarius, go ahead. Get the kill. Beautiful. Now you can see how long it takes to actually get 5 stacks of Fury of the Sylvan Wolf. Either way, good stuff. Good victory. Didn't take too much damage anywhere. Take that, and we've got ourselves an Inferno Hound. That's not what I was expecting, but I'll gladly take it, sure. Get you popped in here. Let's move you over this way. Let's get you in here. And our additional unit should be available shortly to join in. Scout, let's pull you back, might as well. Our ruler has leveled up. Let's go ahead and secure ourselves under, I believe, support. Yes, pack leader. I mean, come on. Could I go with anything else here? Good stuff, good stuff. We're all good. That's our turn done. Let's go. Let's go ahead and see what's going on, though, in the woods over there. If we can't expand further in that direction, establish some outposts maybe, and push you towards here, get you down to here. There, our first full stack. Let's get ourselves an additional protector. Why not? Let's end the turn. Continue exploring this quest chain. Should be an easy enough fight. Let's go. It's not a fight. Spirits of the Forest Aftermath. When you arrive at the Sylvan Wolf Den, the visage of the Sylvan Wolf that lured you there has disappeared. Yet you hear a howling echo among the trees. You feel watched, judged. You examine the enthralling tree and notice that creatures of all sizes found refuge in its bark and branches. Oath Mother's influence is palpable here. You recall ancient legends that promise formidable boons to the most ardent torchbearers of Oath Mother. Claim this territory so you may build the Sylvan Wolf Temple, which invokes the power of the Sylvan Wolf to slowly turn your domain into forests where your Alpha Legion thrive. Win Oath Mother's favor by securing at least 2 Sylvan Wolf dens and build the Sylvan Wolf Temple. The Sylvan Wolf is guaranteed to notice your devotion. For Oath Mother's glory, I will secure her dens and build her temple. So this is cool. I guess each faction... each primal faction gets a different chain based on their primal animal, and it sounds like your start is directly impacted by having that culture choice. Like you will always, it sounds like you'll always get something relevant to it to have this kind of an effect. Or maybe I just got really lucky with the dice rolls. That seems, I don't get that lucky typically. But this sounds good. All right, so we have to find another Sylvan Wolf Den, but we'll also want to secure this one, of course. Fair enough. All right. So yeah, no fight over here. We just have to annex it. Let's go ahead and push up this way then and deal with this battle up there. All right, cool. Our scout will continue pushing this way. Oh, is this? No way. I'll check in a second. Hang on. First of all, let's go ahead and annex our next province. I'm thinking we secure ourselves a quarry. Let's go ahead and also attract additional population, I think, because, look, we're not going to get here for another 4 turns. 4 times 40 is 160, which is more than enough to unlock basic seafaring. So, yeah, I can attract some population at the very least. Let's get you in there. And Shall we just secure this mine? Again, I'm not desperate for gold, so why don't we go ahead and secure you instead? An additional farm will start growing a bit more quickly. Yeah, sure. End our turn there. And moment of truth over here. I'm a little concerned that... yeah, this is our entire island. We're going to have to get basic seafaring ASAP. I was already, like, moving towards it, but we need it even sooner than I thought. We'll send our scout underground, and hopefully these islands are connected through these underground passages, as you, my good friend, will push up this way so that we can hopefully auto-resolve this without taking any losses. Auto-combat. Should have unchecked the spell casting. We almost lost this protector. What's that about? We've secured some production as well, so that library will take just the one more turn, and we'll have some extra left over. I mean, I could swap these protectors in and out if I need to. But sure, why don't we go ahead and move towards the underground passage with our army as well. There's no reason not to. I'll do it sort of slowly so that I can heal up in friendly territory en route, right? Wild Speaker has been researched. Let's go ahead and chase after... well, okay, so... we have Wolf Primal Communion available because of our Primal Sylvan Wolf animal. And we have Conjure Primal Wolf available for the same reason. This one summons a Tier 2 Primal Wolf. It lasts for 3 turns, and it's a combat summon spell, obviously, so it lasts for 3 turns in battle. Pretty decent, that melee strike. Wolf Primal Communion is probably not worthwhile just quite yet, because this grants non-culture units benefits of our culture, giving them Forest Walk and Sylvan Wolf's Boon, but we don't have... we have only one unit that fits the bill there for the time being, so not worth it. Let's go ahead and get Conjure Primal Wolf. Cool. I'm just trying to figure out how much I want to rush expansion. I'm not nearly as threatened or as worried as I was. There's, like, not that many marauders and stuff in the area, but let's go ahead and send our scout down first. See what's going on underground. Ember Keep over here. Bronze Ancient Wonder. Counts as a research post. Okay, sounds good. And we've got some tracks over here, so hopefully something of value. Another faction, perhaps, a little too close to us. Or is that the color of a free city? Might be a free city. Another army over here for us to take care of and gain some XP out of. That sounds good to me. Let's get... well, that wasn't our scout, actually. Oops, this is our scout. Let's get you down to here, though. So you're a bit closer and you're able to heal up. Let's go ahead and do the Sylvan Wolf Temple. Day 7 dawns. Let's send our scout down. Of course, you can only go so far. And our not scout can go even further. Not literally. Meeting Curious Starspire. Sage Fortunato Crystallian of the free city of Starspire greets you with some curiosity. Legendary Alfarius Greywolf. It is rare for Starspire to meet an ascended champion like you. Nevertheless, we ask that you respect the territory and independence of Starspire. Give the mortal Fortunato Crystallian one of your Whispering Stones to start negotiations, blah, blah, blah. Let me see if the people of Starspire are of interest. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have them as friends, sure. Give them Whispering Stones, bring them into our pack. Stone Den can annex another province. Let's go ahead and... hang on a second. Anything else I want to boost over here? Forester would be nice, I suppose. Yeah, sure, we'd boost the Arcane Institute that way as well. So why don't we go ahead and get the Forester down over here. Still not too worried about gold up north. Poppy down, sure. I'm wondering about this Pirate Cove, though. Will they send units to strike at Stone Den? Probably, right? They will probably mount onto land. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's pull you back here, buddy. You can work together. And let's send our scout up this way. Let's go. These guys are expanding. Fair enough. Again, I'm all for it. What do we have over here? Safe battle. Strike there. Oh, hello. A tense encounter. An arcane guard bearing the banner of Starspire steps forward as you approach. Stop right there. The appearance of the arcane guard clearly indicates that he is the leader of this army. We're here on behalf of Starspire to protect the local mana node and its resources, even from a Rex. The suspicion is clear in his eyes as he sizes up your forces. What brings you here? The arcane guard leading this army seems suspicious of your motives, but perhaps he can be persuaded. Here's a bag of reasons for you to leave without bloodshed. We are wise, let's not forget. We are wise, wolves. And war right off the bat doesn't seem like the right call. A small skirmish? Sure. A full-fledged war? I'm not so convinced. Be gone. Yeah, I'll take that. And I'll take the Piercing Blightbringer as well. Not that we need it right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm pleased enough with how that went. Conjure Primal Wolf has been researched. Let's go ahead and select our next one. Summon Wild Animal seems the most fitting, so I think we'll go ahead and, yeah, grab that. Sounds good. Keep exploring over here as far as we can. Looks like we'll be blocked off, actually. Stone Den has produced the Sylvan Wolf Temple. Let's chase after the Arcane Institute. Well, we have our population of 5, actually. So, sure. Let's get the Clan Lodge established first. Don't want to chase after additional units until we have access to the Animist and stuff like that. I think I'll hold off. Development skill available. Basic Seafaring. No reason to wait. I was thinking that the underground passage would allow us, well, passage, but I fear that it's going to be pretty closed off as well to match the island that it's below. Yeah, I can't move through. I'll be trespassing. Our scout is done up over here. We can see that there's walls over here. I guess we gotta pull back up top. Alright. Someone can annex another province. Let's go ahead and secure... you know what? Sure. Let's get the Gold Vein. Why not? Let's get that established. Let's get the extra draft as well. Let's not forget about that benefit, right? Let's not forget about that additional benefit. We've got a couple of heroes that might want to join us, but we don't need one yet, nor can we afford one just quite yet, so let's end our turn there. And, yeah, see what these have to offer us. The Pyreborn Hunt. Well, looks like our seafaring has been postponed ever so slightly. I will join. I'm not going to refuse a hunt. I am honored to join you. Let's do it. Our scout will take to the seas, though. Soon. Soon, soon, soon. Summon Wild Animal has been completed. Let's go ahead and chase after Wolf Primal Communion. Still doesn't make sense, but sure, why not? I'm not about to shuffle research. Take to the seas. Slowly, but surely. And let's go ahead and deal with this safe battle over here. Turn off, allow the AI to use spells in auto combat, and if we lose it or if it's an unreasonable result, we'll dive in. But yeah, look at that. Even the AI completely trounced this enemy, so there's no point in us fighting it ourselves. There's our objective completed as well. Mounting the head of the Gore-Tusk Matriarch shall symbolize my empire's supremacy. Oh, that's also pretty interesting. It's not the optimal choice. I think the food is the optimal choice, but I feel like mounting the head of the Gore-Tusk Matriarch is the most alfarious option here. That seems right. Got our Clan Lodge done. Yep. What do I want to build next? Arcane Institute for the time being, though. Alright, good stuff. Ruler has leveled up as well. What do we get next? What do we get next? Support feels like the most fitting for a pack leader. Inspiring Leader, for example, doesn't seem like a bad idea. Minus 20% unit upkeep for all non-hero units. That's good. Staying Alive is probably also a good idea. Plus 10 maximum hit points. Or Spiritual Healing. Healing our compatriots. And we are responsible for their safety. Being an alpha isn't just about being in charge. It comes with responsibilities. Not about being the strongest. It comes with responsibilities. So spiritual healing, sure. Let's go with that. We have the staff and all. I think it fits. All right, cool. End our turn. How long do we wait for this Animist? And do we just kind of rush the recruitment? There's your answer. Let's get ourselves another Protector as well. Probably should have done that. Actually, you know what? No. Let's get a Primal Charger. 3 turns isn't that bad. Get you over into the stack. You guys will all heal up. Paracove soon. You're good. You, my good friend, are going to keep exploring, I suppose. What else the world has to offer? Vicious Chevalton. Duke Hector Collier of the Free City Chevalton threatens you. Some may consider you a god. I do not. I know your weaknesses. I know how to make even a Godir bleed. Fear the power of Chevalton, for your time has come. Looks like I'm already at war with these guys. Let's inspect the insolent Chevalton. I mean, they don't seem particularly scary. It's a level 7 city that's on a much bigger island than mine, from distant appearances at least. I say we go for it. All right, fair enough. I was considering the Pirate Cove, but it looks like I've been given a new target to chase after. We're pretty much topped up in terms of health, so I'm not going to take too much time pushing down. These guys need a bit more healing. I'll creep you up to there. Let's get you down to there. 3 turns. Well, next turn I'll hurry this production, and we'll have 1.5 stacks, and hopefully that'll be enough. It looks like they have quite a few armies, so we'll scout it out first before we get too greedy and before we get stupid. That's this turn done. We have what here? Farms grant plus 5 food, 125 Imperium. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. And excavation. It's also not a bad idea considering the underground passage, right? You know what, actually, let's go ahead and get excavation. And let's get soil tenders as well. Both of those seem quite fitting. Wonder if the underground is worth exploring. So many ways to go about this. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Horned God. Waiting to kill whoever comes through. Push down this way. I don't see any armies right away. They might be fine here. I don't see an underground passage in the area either. Wondering about expansion through the underground passage up there. Let's go ahead and secure what? This quarry. I wouldn't mind expanding down to here. Maybe we go in and clear that out with Alfarius. Negotiation succeeded. So we have a pact of cooperation now with Starspire. That sounds good. Keep it going. See if our enemy actually moves against us. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Let's take a peek over here. I don't see any armies. This is just like a little isthmus, so I would definitely spot things if they had them here. So they should be easy enough to take out. They've expanded quite far. We can harass them en route. That sounds good to me. Sure, okay, cool. We'll take care of this first, I think, so we can go ahead and secure this expansion when the time comes. Track population? Yeah. I'd like to get this nautical research post over here. Research a bit more quickly, and then with the Pearl Reef free from occupation, we'll get some gold and additional mana. That seems like a valid option. And there's this Pearl Reef up over here as well. So quite a few options, in fact, for additional research. And it looks like there's a small creature cage up there, too, which maybe I should have paid a bit more attention to, but it's not the end of the world. You're good. You're good. Primal Communion. Done. Go ahead and select our new research, which means we get to choose our new tome. Now I'm thinking we go with the Tome of Faith here, since there are a few reasons why it makes sense, and we're still locked into Tier 1 tomes for the time being. For one, this is an Order Affinity tome, and that works nicely with our whole Sylvan Wolf angle. And for two, I think it works nicely from a story perspective too. We just came across an apparition of the Oath Mother, and I'm sure that's going to tap into our spirituality and make us a bit more hopeful and faithful, so I quite like it from a story perspective. Beyond that, it also gives us access to the convent city structure, which allows us to gain knowledge just a little bit more quickly, which will allow us to just a little bit more quickly move towards that Tier 2 tome I keep talking about. On the topic of moving more quickly, this is where the editing is going to get a little bit more, shall we call it, aggressive, so that I can actually showcase that Tier 2 tome in action in this video without it being 4 hours long. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive on in to the Tome of Faith.
When faith fuels the embers of one's spirit, it is like a soothing balm upon soul and sinew. It binds wounds, it strengthens limbs, it spreads like the light of a blazing sun from one deserving body to the next. Keep the faith, stoke it, and it shall bolster your believers for all time.
Beautiful words that we'll live up to, with the Staves of Mending giving us Mending Touch for our support units, allowing us to heal our units by an additional 15 temporary hit points on top of what they can already do. And with that decision made, I think we should also make sure that Stone Den expands down towards this nautical research post as we acquire the Pearl Reef as well. You know what, truth be told, this is probably more valuable because the additional food will allow us to expand a little bit more quickly, right? So sure, let's build the nautical research post over here instead. We'll go ahead and clear this out, and what we'll probably do actually is clear out all of the trouble that's right around our island before we go ahead and rush down towards our newfound enemies. That's probably a good use of our time and a good opportunity to gain more experience, to gain more levels and more skills for our champion, and to also recruit additional units and actually get them into our stacks so we're not moving in these disparate ways. What do we have here? During negotiations, Sage Fortano Crystallian of Starspire unexpectedly demands that you share your wisdom and lore with him. The words of Sage Fortunato Crystallian betray his ambition. I confess that I seek your tutelage in the ways of magic. I can advance my aspirations through your generosity and compassion. Knowledge is what I desire, O Rex Alfarius Greywolf. I would become a powerful ally to your cause. What say you, my Rex? Will you grant me access to your troves of knowledge? I'm not going to sacrifice my knowledge, so sure, mastering magic is a journey, not a destination. Let's see how this goes. Damn it. Again, it was a coin toss, so all good. Relations are still fine. We'll be okay. Otherwise, over here at Stone Den, let's go ahead and build up our academy. It'll take some time, but again, I'm seeking that knowledge. But what I'm not seeking is additional heroes, spells to cast, and trouble at my coasts. Let's go ahead and eliminate these guys over here. What do we have? Kraken spawn, Nimu. This should be an easy fight. Creep you on up. Safe battle. Oh, hello. Your troops engage the Nimu and its minions, but they cower in fear rather than put up a fight. Well, let them go then. Up over here, another safe battle. Perhaps they'll surrender just as easily. They're actually willing to fight. It's a low-risk battle, so let's go ahead and auto-combat this, see how it goes, and if it goes poorly, we'll dive in ourselves. No need there. Good stuff. We've cleared this up, and we'll go ahead and clear this Pearl Reef up next as we chase that Pirate Cove. Hopefully, we can keep returning to land to make sure we're actually healing, because otherwise we're going to eventually, hit a wall and stop seeing success in our battles. Up over here as well, let's take to the land, because we will take damage while we're out at sea. Remember, the oceans are unforgiving in this realm. Creep you over to here. Our scout can continue, I suppose, to explore. I wouldn't mind setting foot on land. I'm just a little worried that I'm going to get caught out of position and eliminated by some hidden enemy army in the area. Let's stay put over there to keep eyes on this isthmus. Otherwise, we are good to set production over here. The Scholars Guild requires 2 research posts, so why don't we go ahead and attract population, get this research post, and then establish, well, in due time, our Scholars Guild. Just chasing that knowledge. Establishing a guild relatively early, in fact, over here. Let's go for it. Let's go. Alright, these guys are going to stay put for at least one more turn so they can heal up, whereas this guy over here is going to join up with our army. We're going to stay put there as well, and hey, we have finished the Staves of Mending, so it's time to select our new research, and I'm thinking Wrath of the Faithful seems like the right call here. Target enemy unit sustains 10 spirit damage plus 5 spirit damage per each friendly faithful unit in battle. Even without additional buffs, they're stacking up to 8. The 10 spirit damage can make quite a difference, so sure. And otherwise, down south over here, it looks like we can actually get to the other side of the island by just walking across. That seems extremely dangerous, but yes, we can in fact make it. If we got stuck on the land there, we'd be obliterated by that aggressive marauder army there. That would have been really bad. And with that, we end our turn. Alright, now we take our sweet time going out to sea with both of our stacks, and we should be able to clear this out and then move towards the Pirate Cove. Down over here, our scout can keep scouting to see what else is waiting for us when we move down. Ooh, don't like that. Let's pull away from that. That's an enemy army from Shivelton. So pulling away from there. New Empire development skill available as well. I wouldn't mind Surge spellcasting. 100 Imperium isn't too expensive. Let's go ahead and pick that out and continue our work near our capital. This should hopefully be easy enough to clear out. It's just 3 troops, safe battle, auto-resolve that, shouldn't be a problem. Good stuff, didn't take too much damage either. But of course, despite that, we will want to return to land, because again, we will take damage for every turn that we remain atop the seas. Up over here, we actually have easy access to the Spirit Hawk, so why don't we pick that up and go ahead and join you to our army. Beautiful. We should heal quickly enough, I think. We're outside of friendly territory, so it's rather slow, actually. Stone Den, go ahead and attract population. Go ahead and establish an additional quarry over here. Secure this forest province, secure accelerated healing, and secure extra production as well. Can't complain about any of those boons, as the Scholars Guild is still just a little too expensive for us to rush. All good. Our scout, I think, will continue to run away from danger, and I might actually want to go exploring further out, because I think we've seen what the enemy has to offer down over here, and I think we'll be fine, especially as we continue to recruit additional units back up over here at Stone Den. On which note, let's get ourselves another Animist. Check out this alignment change over here as we've gone from neutral to good, and end our turn. With that, we've completed our Wrath of the Faithful research, meaning we can move on now to the convent I was talking about mere moments ago. Let's go with it, and let's turn our attention to this Pirate Cove and hope for the best. We've got, I think, a decent chance of success here. Meanwhile, our scout can hopefully pick some stuff up over here. We've got some flotsam, which will give us a bit of gold. Can't complain about that. Up top over here, unfortunately, enemies are protecting some of these pickups. But yes, looks like we're at the far edge of the map over here at the top right corner, as it were, so only one way to go, I suppose. Otherwise, let's go ahead and end the turn and deal with this Pirate Cove. But first, a fine meal. The Alpha Legion Council sends their chief deputy to meet you with a request. For too long have we Alpha Legion suffered want, the deputy, a well-fed man, explains. It is clear now, my Rex Alfarius Grey Wolf, that your cities are in need of more farmland, so we can enjoy a third breakfast like any civilized people should. Will I promise to build more farms to still the healthy appetite of the Alpha Legion? I feel like a true Alpha must provide, and a good man must eat, that is for sure. Let's accept this quest and see if we even have enough room for additional farms. I think so. I should be able to establish farms here, here, and here. Yeah, we'll be fine. Just gotta keep in mind that I have this quest active. But first things first, let's deal with this Pirate Cove, shall we? Move you up to here and get you to engage. This could actually be a pretty dangerous battle. Oh my. Wasn't expecting the surprise stack there. We are ancient wise ones. We are wizened wolves, and that means we're not stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and pull back from this because it is definitely dangerous. I'm going to go ahead and recruit additional units as quickly as possible with this Animist popping out right now, and I suppose a Primal Charger coming out next. We'll go ahead and make this into a full stack, get a third stack going, and then hopefully that'll allow us to overcome the Pirate Cove over here. With that said, it also probably doesn't hurt to actually use Staves of Mending, so let's get that going. And otherwise, let's go ahead and take a look at our successful negotiations. Turning these guys loyal. Good stuff. Continue towards the Pact of Vassalage. Otherwise, a war party has been sent our way. Raiding our domain. Really? I don't see them in the area, but I suspect they'll be coming soon. We'll be ready for them. And here comes an attack from the enemy, actually. This is great. Baited them exactly as I'd hoped because they're no longer dormant. This is a safe battle. We should be able to auto-resolve this without any issue. And again, if there is an issue, we'll dive in ourselves. And it looks like we've lost our Spirit Hawk and our Inferno Hound. You know what? I deem that unacceptable. Let's dive in. Knowing my luck, I'm actually going to fare worse than the AI did, but I'll take my knocks as long as I cause them myself, you know? See what the AI's up to over here. All stationary, just waiting up over there. We've got some Protectors, we've got some Primal Darters, and we've got an Arcanist as well. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's go ahead and move forth. And you up there. Get you up to there, let's go. Pull you up over here. Gonna want to try and flank if and when possible. Make sure Alfarius is moving up this way. Let's get your shields up over here. Let's get your darts up over here. Go. These guys from down here. I am tempted to creep up that way, but we need a front line if we're going to flank. Let's get these mammoths up front. Get you up there, let's go. Make sure you're facing the right direction. Get you up to here. Get you up to here so we can get the defense mode warding in a nice position. Our Primal Charger should creep up to here. Want to make sure we get those heavy charges in, right? Or rather, I shouldn't call them heavy charges because that is a different type of attack. Let's get our Spirit Hawk, perhaps situated up over here. Want to make sure they're able to move in from a flank as well if possible. Sounds good to me. End our turn there. Enter defense mode across the board. Let's see what the AI gets up to here. Alright, slowly crept up, stayed in a group. Fair enough, I can work with that. I don't think they're close enough for me to hit them with any of our attacks unless I actually move forward. I could stay put, actually. I could keep drawing them to me, allowing me to get extra damage in the opening salvos. You know what? That sounds like a good call to me. I do have access to Ancestral Harmony for temporary hit points. I've got Mark as Prey to distract an enemy unit and give it Sunder Defense, and I of course have Call of the Wild as well. Beyond that, I have access to Wrath of the Faithful to cause damage, and I can conjure a Primal Wolf, which I'll probably do once the fighting begins. For the time being though, let's simply stay put and end our turn. Alright, here we go. The shooting starts. These guys are isolated. I should be able to cause some good damage there. Up over here, these guys got real close too. That should work out alright for me. You guys are going to close the gap, get some strikes in. But yeah, we're going to do so much more damage than them. Come these guys, that's unfortunate. Our ranged unit there has been engaged in melee. But we're alright overall. Good stuff. Alright, let's start with an attack up over here. 50% hit chance is not amazing. But, hey, sure, it's something. Let's try it. What do you got for me? I'll take the grazing. Down over here, you can get a couple shots off as well. 65% hit chance. Let's do it. Sure, not amazing, but again, I'll take it. Bit of a magic blast here. Let's go. Of course we're going to miss. Of course we're going to miss. Let's go in with a melee strike over here. Some damage. Taking its sweet time, truth be told. The Inferno Hound can come through and get a kill here. Or what else can I do? You know what? Yeah, let's get the Inferno Hound in for the kill. Beautiful. Freeing up some of our units to push forth or come from the flank over here. I'm thinking we flank these guys. Let's go. Because they can cause a fair bit of damage when they're staying put and attacking from range, right? Because they can attack as many times as they have action points available. I don't love that. Get an additional melee strike up there. Sure, let's go for it. Might catch fire, but that's alright. Good stuff. Now, from down here, can I get a shot off? I'll need to move up a little bit, but might be worthwhile. Let's creep you up to here. Finish these guys off or fire down over here. We'll see. Let's go ahead and get some attacks in first from you. Not amazing. What about if we get our Spirit Hawk coming up over here? Not a lot of damage. I can try and pin these guys down. Get them stuck in melee. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Our Primal Charger can cancel retaliations with an attack over here. 16 damage versus 18 damage. Or we can get a kill. I think the choice is obvious. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Down over here then, what do we do? Let's get you to secure the kill up over here. 50% hit chance, so it's not a guarantee, but nice. Worked out well. This Animus down over here is going to eat an attack from these guys, unfortunately. Nothing we can do about that. I mean, I could stay put and just activate defense mode warding. Don't know if that's the right call. Here's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and get our Primal Wolf popped in over here. That'll allow us to attack from the back. Get the flanking in there. And one more. Beautiful. I was really hoping for a crit. And now I'm less bothered by pulling back because it'll allow us to turn around and hopefully immediately kill this unit. Yep. Go for it. 90% hit chance. Let's not get too cocky. There it is. I believe that's our turn. This guy's going to fumble because he's got low morale. Retaliation's going to get some work done, hopefully. I think we're doing alright. Alfarius, can you get the job done? Be a little bit closer. We need to cause a bit of damage from elsewhere first. Go for it. Oh, come on, Alfarius. I want him to finish the job. Teach these pirates what's what. There we go. Beautiful. See? Didn't need to lose any units. Victory is ours, took very little damage, and with that done, we've leveled up as well. So, I'm thinking Mending Touch makes sense. We just unlocked it, so let's go ahead and chase after that. And beyond that, we should also take a look at our signature skills available here. I feel once more Rallying Blessing here is thematically appropriate. It's order-themed. It feels like something a leader would do. So yes, Rallying Blessing it shall be, even though that might not be the optimal option, to be perfectly honest. But with that done, let's go ahead and cast the Staves of Mending. Ensure that we enchant all of our mammoths and the riders atop them. And then let's go ahead and make a move towards this Pirate Cove, I think. Hopefully it's going to be a plausible battle, risky it says, but with these reinforcements we'll hopefully be alright. We'll find out next turn. But first, we've completed the research into the convent, allowing us to pick our next and final research from this tier of tomes. I'm thinking we chase the Wayfinder enchantment because even though I'm not likely to use it, it's what'll get us to that tier 2 tome quickest. Over here, let's get into position and hope for the best. Low risk battle it says, so that's promising. Auto resolve. And here I'm willing to take a few knocks because it is a larger fight. We've lost what? A Primal Darter, a Spirit Hawk, and a Primal Charger? No, that's unreasonable. Alright, here we go. It's a sea battle. We've got the Sea Storm raging, which means we're going to take a fair bit of damage every handful of turns. And I'm not a fan of that. That might actually be what causes us the most trouble. Let's go ahead and move in two distinct groups, I think. Let's go ahead and pull you down to here, I think, because I want to try and drag these guys out as far as possible. So, sure, let's go ahead and pull you down to here. Get you facing that way. Yeah, cool. Let's pull you down to here as well, so we can use our defense mode and kind of pile it on together. Let's get you down to here. Get you over to here. And make sure you're in a position such that you can charge in from a good distance. That should be a good collection there. The Spirit Hawk can perhaps move down to here. We'll see how that plays out later. And up top over here, we'll try and position ourselves to take these guys on. A little scary, not gonna lie, but I think we'll be okay. How far can you get? All the way up to there? Sure. Let's push up to here. Get you facing that way. Let's push you up to here. Get you facing this way. Alfarius, how about you post up over here, buddy? Send our Animist up. Again, we want to stack the defense mode as tightly as possible. Get our Inferno Hound back over here, I'm thinking. And our Primal Darter in a secure position down here where it can hit any enemy melee combatants. This sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and end our turn and secure all that defense mode goodness. Took a bit of damage, of course, from the environment, but in comes the enemy. This is going to hurt a bit, isn't it? Ah, it wasn't so bad. Could have been a lot worse. There's a retaliation. Comes another charge over here, it looks like, and that's going to hurt. Might actually lose some units. Might actually lose some units here. You're going to come through, get one single attack in. Thing is, we have to move quickly, because the longer we take, the more damage we take from the environment itself. Right, here we go. Too bad. These guys have pulled a little bit closer. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. We can get some good damage over here. We'll take some retaliation. Pop a shot. Where is my... There you are, buddy. Send you charging in up over here. Cancel the retaliation. That sounds good to me. Beautiful. That allows me to turn around and attack up over there. These guys are going to last, aren't they? Alright, let's pop a shot over here. Let's see what we can do. Good stuff. Pop another shot. Might get the kill. Not with these guys, but with a follow-up attack or two. Like from here. No such luck, eh? What if I send you in? And then follow up with these guys. There it is. Beautiful. Down over here, let's go ahead and attack. We'll take a bit of retaliatory damage, but it's not the end of the world. Worked out nicely, I would say. And then over here, we have a bit of an interesting situation. A lot more units to deal with. You're up front. Yeah, that's okay. That's a decent bit of damage output, actually. Up top over here. And send you charging up there. And send you down over here. They have fire resistance. Because they're wet, I presume. Decent damage there. Decent damage here as well. 65% hit chances across the board. Trying to figure out who to focus on. Let's get you. Good damage. From a distance over here. Almost get the job done. Sure. Fire away. And down over here. Finish him off. Love it. You can get some damage in there. Eat a retaliation. Yeah, that should be fine. And I'm a little concerned about some of the follow-ups that are going to come through, to be honest. Because we're going to take some damage next turn for sure. We're going to take a fair bit of damage, in fact. Our Inferno Hound can come through over here. That's not a lot of damage down there, so let's go ahead and push up over here. Yeah, that's not bad. Go ahead and follow up over here. Good stuff. I suppose I could summon my Primal Wolf. I can't. Not in a water battle, unfortunately. We could use Wrath of the Faithful. We could use Ancestral Harmony. I'm trying to figure out who needs the help the most. And I'm fairly convinced it's these guys over here. So sure, let's go ahead and get Ancestral Harmony. Let's go. Try and keep these guys alive for as long as possible. End our turn there, see what the AI gets up to. Bit of damage from the environment, of course, first. Just barely survived down there. Up over here, we're going to eat some damage. Yep. Don't love that. Might actually lose this unit over here, despite our best efforts. Damn it. We tried. We tried. So far, though, we are performing better than the AI did, so at least there's that. Got a crit on the retaliation there, which I can't complain about. Otherwise, it's our turn. Alright, good stuff. Down over here, let's go ahead and send this charge in to cancel the retaliation and actually kill the enemy. We'll take it. Turn our attention up over here as quickly as possible. These guys need help. Let's maybe keep them back, actually. Move you up to here. Get an attack in down here. Pull these guys up. Hopefully we'll eliminate this unit this turn. Send you up to here, buddy. We'll use your defense mode at the very least. You're gonna stay put. Let's pull you back. We're not gonna surrender, but just keep you away, basically. Otherwise, up over here, what shall we do? Well, first of all, I think the Inferno Hound can attack up over here and hopefully get the kill. Beautiful. Love to see it. Down over here, let's go ahead and strike away. Yep. Lovely. I can, of course, use Wrath of the Faithful to finish these guys off. I say we go for it. That'll free us up a little bit so we can go ahead and maybe creep up to here. And with a 65% hit chance, get some damage done up here. And take it. Down over here, Alfarius. Unfortunately not able to finish the job. Unless we get a crit. No such luck. In fact, we grazed instead. So this Animist over here is going to get the job done instead. That's fine by me. Beauty. You're good as you are, buddy. Stay put. That's our turn. One last enemy unit left. Yeah, I think we're okay here. I think we're going to do just fine. Go ahead and pop these shots. Alfarius. Fine. Pop a shot from back here. Then Alfarius. Yeah. Beautiful. Lost a unit, but overall performed better than the AI did, I suppose. We can go ahead and recruit a replacement protector ASAP, but that should be this Pirate Cove taken care of. Got ourselves some gold and an immobilizing Spark Caller. Sure, I'll take him, of course. Pirate Cove has been cleared. It's time for us to return home to heal. We have a Primal Charger coming already. Let's go ahead and add a Protector to that, because why not? I do like the Protector. It does quite well overall. And otherwise, end our turn. Let's send our Primal Charger into this stack over here, and I think in a turn's time, we'll go ahead and push towards this Pearl Reef to clear it out, but overall, the area around our island seems to be relatively safe. And would you look at that? I say the area around our island is safe, and in comes our enemy. Well, we should be able to dispatch them quickly enough. Looks like we're at full health over here, so let's pull down south. Let's pull you down south as well. We'll heal up in our territory more quickly. We'll step forth, crush this army, and then, return the favor, as it were. Chivalton has grown, it looks like, so let's prevent that from happening anymore, shall we? But before all that, we've completed the Wayfinder enchantment research, which means we're finally able to take a look at our Tier 2 tomes. The Tome of Fey Mists is being introduced with the Primal Fury DLC, and it is 1 Nature Affinity and 1 Astral Affinity. It provides the Feywater Pond Special Province Improvement, which makes provinces in the city's domain misty, providing units in the province with universal camouflage and reduced vision range. But also, every turn during combat, various mist clouds appear, and units that end their turn in a hex with mist gain Clinging Mist, which means that melee, physical ranged, and magic attacks against that unit suffer negative 20% accuracy, and it can stack up to 3 times. That's actually kind of wild in terms of how helpful it can be when you're trying to stay back and fire from range. So for all of our ranged primal units and our spellcasters, this Clinging Mist can be quite helpful depending on where it pops up. But obviously it's not just entirely random at all times. There are certain spells that allow you to actually position them and take advantage of these mists in other ways. But apart from the Feywater Pond providing us with the misty domain, we also get +3 mana per adjacent forester. The Feywater Pond itself acts as a conduit, and of course it must be built on an acquired province, just like any other special province improvement. We also unlock Fey Blessing for our heroes. This means that they'll be able to heal 10 temporary hit points for a target friendly unit, and they'll gain a stack of Clinging Mist for 2 turns too. Again, Clinging Mist is what we just talked about. It also gains a random positive status effect, so Fey Blessing is quite a powerful tool here. That all aside, let's take a look at some of these spells and units. The Mistling is a skirmisher unit that can use its Misty Strike to cause a decent bit of physical damage, but it can also use Fey Trick to deal damage to target enemies with a base 90% chance of inflicting a random negative status effect. That's no joke, it can be quite the game changer in the middle of a difficult battle. Then we've got Staves of Mist. This is another unit enchantment, as the staves tend to be. This also applies to support units, which we currently have 3 of, and it gives them the Fey Blessing ability, which we just touched on. Applies on a target unit extra temporary hit points and a stack of Clinging Mist for 2 turns, as well as a random positive status effect. Beyond that, we've got the Fey Embrace over here. It's a buff spell, and in a 1 hex radius, we place Mist Clouds. Friendly units within that 1 hex radius gain 2 random positive status effects, and lest I remind you, Mist means Any unit that's standing in it gains Clinging Mist. Like I said, it's not just entirely random at all times. You will have some control over where these mist clouds appear and which units can take advantage of Clinging Mist. I should mention as well that again, that accuracy debuff when attacking a unit that has Clinging Mist on them applies to melee as well, so it's not just helpful for ranged and spellcasting units from a distance, it is helpful in melee as well. Just want to make sure I didn't, miscommunicate there or keep things unclear. Anyway, Fey Embrace aside, we also have Fey Touched, which is a minor race transformation, making the target race connect with Fey powers, granting them Fey Guile, which means at the end of its turn, if this unit is obscured or in a mist cloud, it gains a random positive status effect, and you can see how that works nicely with things like Staves of Mist and Fey Embrace and literally everything else in here. The ability to ignore vision penalties from Misty and accuracy penalties from Clinging Mist, so you don't have to worry about the enemy taking advantage of your mists. This is a beautiful, beautiful minor race transformation to apply. And then of course we have Lingering Mists. The target province becomes misty for 3 turns. And this of course is a world spell, so you can really kind of soften up enemy provinces before invading them, taking advantage of these foul mists, if you will, and providing your units extra protection. The Tome of Fey Mists is extremely interesting. I really quite enjoy this whole mist angle, the idea of placing these areas on the battlefield that you can get these special advantages at. And I also like the sense of sort of randomness that comes with it. Things like Fey Trick, where, there's a random negative status effect, or in other cases we have the random positive status effects being applied instead. Feels very fitting for Fey. Now, with that said, why don't we go ahead and actually select the Tome of Fey Mists and hear its wonderful introduction as we dive into the ability to conjure otherworldly mists to protect and strengthen our units.
The mist conceals all. It obscures vision and confuses the senses as it claims fields and forests. Envelop yourself in this mystery. Breathe in its damp, cold air and cloak yourself in the fog of the Fey folk. Let it swallow your enemies and have them discover that there is no hiding in the haze from you.
I absolutely love how this works with the idea of being pack hunters. Imagine enveloping the land in a thick mist and slowly creeping upon your prey before striking and slaughtering from all angles. I feel like this is such a fitting tome for the Lupine form. We got a couple of interesting options to pick from right off the bat. The Staves of Mist will be most quickly available to us, and it grants our support units the Fey Blessing ability. So I feel like that's a wonderful first pick. Let's get that going in 3 turns time. We'll cast it as soon as possible. And on the topic of doing things as soon as possible, I think we'll want to eliminate these guys as soon as possible too. But folks, that and much more will have to wait for a future video if you're interested in seeing this playthrough continue. Let me know in the comments down below, hit the like button if you'd like to see more of the adventures of Alfarius Grey Wolf. I've been enjoying this new DLC quite a bit. I like our form, I like our backstory, I love this mysterious Sylvan Wolf apparition, and I'm curious to see where that goes, and I'm quite a fan of this tome we've just unlocked too. So if you'd like to see all that and more in action further along, please let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. Again, folks, as a quick reminder, if you'd like to learn more about this DLC or pick it up for yourself, you should check out the link in the pinned comment and description down below as well. With that said, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.